Alice. How are we doing today? And we're streaming on YouTube. Loves. All right. What do we got for jams tonight? I'm going a little bit old school. I heard this song recently, and I remember I used to play this all the time. Let's see if you know this one. Yes. Hi, Susie. Hi, Valentina. Maris. Hello. Yes, I'm coming over for crepes tomorrow. Hey, Colin. Hey, Tom Star. Hello, you guys. Welcome to Soul Circle Tuesdays. If you are new, I am Serah Delane, the Country Lifestylist. Hi, Plant-Based Sunshine. Girl, you're slaying. Just outside of Moses, 54. Color Trail. Hi, bro. That's my girl Maris. Shout out to Maris. Shout out to any dancers who are either in LA or needing to come to LA. Maris has one of the best home for dancers. So Maris put a little tag or put like home for dancers or something like that. It's my girl. Hold the phone. Hang on. Hang on. Oh. All right. Hold on, YouTube. Are we back? Okay, technology. Seriously? Seriously? We back? We back? Dude. Pick up. It's literally like paused for connection. And then it was like, you're done. It was like, finish. But I wasn't. Love the Instagram gods. Could you please shine down on us this evening? This is Soul Circle. Do they not know? They don't know. We need to write them a letter. We need to seriously write them a letter. Yes, Mercury is going retrograde. That is correct. And some serious solar flares. So, patience. I'm in such like a chilled mood anyway. I'm like, oh, okay. So as we were saying, yes, thank you, James. This one is, hold up, Gary Clark Jr. Bright Lights. Chris, you're freezing on the plane. Awesome. So we got Maris and Chris, both of which I should be seeing tomorrow. Chris, yeah, because you're coming back, right, Chris? What is going on with us today? There. Guys, I'm in such a weird mood today. I almost had a panic attack earlier. So I'm like, all right, Sarah's just going to keep it calm. Keep it calm. Decaf coffee. Thank you, A's Persian. I love you too, even if I cannot fully pronounce your handle. Love all you guys. As I was saying, welcome to Soul Circle. I am Serah Delane, Conscious Lifestylist. If you are new, we stream these weekly every Tuesday. Oh, welcome to the tribe. Yes, hearts on that. Okay. What are we talking about tonight? What are we talking about tonight? I almost had a panic attack earlier. I believe I am detoxing out some heavy metals. And that is going through my nervous system. Not feeling so good. Best tribe. Yes, go lightly healing. Best crystals. I love jumping on the lives and seeing all the sparkly crystals. Girl. Do you have any citrine? Like, what crystal, girl, do a shout out. What crystal is best for anxiety right now, currently? And I think I'm going to do this on a Self-Love Sunday and talk about this new product that I am taking. Many of you probably already know. Ashwagandha? Anybody? Ashwagandha. I like the name. Ashwagandha. Lithium quartz. The purple, is that the light purple one? I think I have some of those. You land at 10:30. Girls, reunited tomorrow. Girl, that better be 10:30 a.m. Okay, Chris, so I might come up earlier. Do we want to all raid Maris's house early? I'll bring my computer. And we'll raid. Maris, can we come raid your house early? She's like, yeah, whatever, I'm here. Rose quartz. Okay, cool. Go lightly. If not, you got me on wait, I didn't see your thing. Moonstone. Oh, I love moonstone. Moonstone is one of my favorites. Moonstone and citrine. Oh, I went to the Conscious Life Expo and there was so much moonstone. I didn't really find one that I fully resonated with, so I didn't buy it. But I love that and citrine. Those are my top favorites. Go lightly healing, whatever I want. Girl. That makes me happy. Yes, moonstone, moldavite. Maris, how's your moldavite doing? Maris, did you guys see our adventure into Sedona? That was a couple months ago. Maris got this moldavite and she started, I'm gonna say, because you're my girl and I love you and you wouldn't care anyways. She like puts this on, this moldavite. It was not that big of a piece. You don't need that much of moldavite. I should go find my moldavite. Where the fuck is that? And then she's like wearing it around the crystal store or whatever. And like 5 minutes later, she comes over and she's like a little teary. She's like, I don't know if it's working. Is it working? Isn't that what you said, girl? It was the best. That was the best experience watching somebody first experience moldavite. That shit is powerful. That stone is powerful. You want spiritual awakening and alignment? Moldavite. Moldavite, straight up. How are you guys doing? Who's getting hit by solar flares? Aside from me. What is good for healing the body? I don't know, but I'm doing ashwagandha. That is what I am doing. And I'll probably do a heavy metal detox here in a minute. Oh, that's right. You said, I think it's working. Yes, through like tears and all this. I don't think it's working. I think so. Awesome. Oh, let's shuffle some cards. I'm a little all over the place tonight, guys. So either feel free to ask questions. I'm feeling a little on the cocooning side. On the cocooning side. We're coming up, aren't we, on the I wasn't being too loud, right? Oh, no. Okay. We're multi-creatives over here in this house. So my roommate was recording something at the same time that I jumped on here. Yes, Chris, one of the most amazing moments in Sedona. Hello. Are we going back? Are we going back? No, we're going to go to the mountains. Maris and I just talked about it. Yes, heavy metal detox. We all need to be doing some level of heavy metal detox. Here's one that would like to come out. Some level of heavy metal detox. My roommate recommended that I get ashwagandha. So I went and got ashwagandha and I got spirulina. I got a little chlorella. That's very good for heavy metals. You know, that fun stuff. But ashwagandha is like super dope, apparently. I'm going to talk more about that on Self-Love Sunday. I'm gonna bring out that product and dive a little bit more into that. Let's see. Would moldavite make your emotions more intense? So moldavite is moldavite is such a powerful stone that it's going to, one, kind of amplify everything that you're going through, but also like it skyrockets you like into the highest ether and highest version of you, right? And so that's why they kind of like, it's the spiritual stone, right? It's like, so as far as the emotion, you want me to play? Okay, cool.
You want to show.
If I want to show. So sweet. That's my roommate, Adam. You want to see his favorite little, oh my God. I haven't held this in a while. Oh my God. Give me a second. I'm having a hot flash.
Sorry.
So this is one of his favorite stones. Wait, oh, do you have the other?
Of course. That's a moldavite Merkaba.
So these are the two he puts together.
It's a phenakite.
God. You guys. Okay, so these are the two he puts together. Check this out. Merkaba. Can YouTube see this as well? Merkaba shaped moldavite. That's not insanity. And, oh my God, this is like, I need to go one. Oh my God, dude, that's seriously giving me like a serious hot flash.
It's the highest vibration for third eye activation.
Thank you. Highest vibration for third eye activation. Okay. And then can you guys see how like
gem quality phenakite.
Gem quality phenakite.
Phenakite.
So this is not clear quartz.
No,
this is phenakite. I don't know what phenakite is. I feel like all of my crystal babies are like going ballistic right now. Dude, I'm seriously rolling through a major hot flash on this. Can you just hold this?
Yeah, you can hold that. Just be careful.
I'm going to be careful. I'll be careful.
Be careful.
I take super care. I should put this in my bra now. Just,
your breasts will take off.
What? I meant my heart chakra.
Okay.
What did you think that I meant? What? They're like pockets. Come on now. Oh my God. Meg, are you on here? One of my clients, Megan, did that. She's like, I put crystals in my bra. Imagine having a little moldavite Merkaba in your bra all day. You would be jumping off planets all day long. I'm just saying. Okay, so did you guys see that? Look at how dope that is. I can't, if I go too close in, you might be able to see it more on YouTube, but if I go, you don't know, can you see that? It's like, it doesn't really do it. Either way, it's giving me a massive hot flash right now in a really, really fun way. Go Lightly Healing. Yeah, girl, you're like, you're loving this one. This is what Go Lightly Healing does all the time. She'll just sit here and show all of these amazing crystals. This one's very like light. This one feels very light and clear to me. This is moldavite, babes. Get ready for a hot flash if you take one. So it just amplifies the energy. Do that with a little bit of coffee. Let your dreams take off. Names of them again, moldavite. It's the shape of a Merkaba. If you guys, everybody in Soul Circle should definitely know what a Merkaba is, right? We're all on that tip. All right. I'm going to put it in my bra. That way I can shuffle at the same time. That's happening. That just happened. Okay. Well, I don't have 3 hands. So my bra is going to be my 30. Very close to my heart chakra. Shout out to Meg. Megan. Let's see. Moldavite is an ass kicker in such a great way. In such a great way, right? All right. What are we doing tonight, guys? What are questions that we got as I shuffle these? What's the energy that you guys are going through right now? I want to talk to you. I want to find out where you guys are at. Now that you know that I'm in a hot flash with moldavite. You've never seen a crystal with Merkaba shape? There's so many of them.
There's only 50 of those.
But there's only 50 of the moldavite Merkabas. Moldavite's expensive. Like, it's no joke. What should you be releasing? Shall we go down the list? Speaking negative and your past programs. That's a little bit vague, and that's what we're doing here. Okay. Love life and new encounters. Okay, is that a statement or a question? My take on depression. It's a state of being. That might trigger a few people. One, it can be physiological that then is affecting the chemical side of it, right? But I believe, so if I were, and I am not diagnosing anybody, I'm not saying any of that, but I would say that the biggest thing with depression would be low levels of serotonin, and that can be related, like, because we find serotonin in our gut as much as we do in our brains. So it's also, so that's on the like physical / chemical side, but it's also, it's a state of being. It's like looking at your reality, not seeing or wanting the reality that you want, and then making the meanings repeatedly and constantly retelling yourself the old belief systems that are keeping you in that loop. So I believe that, hi everybody on YouTube, I can see your comments now. I believe that we are the masters and creators of our reality, starting with our emotional state of being, and our emotional state of being helps shift our mindset and then thus shift our behavior. So if you're feeling depressed, first check in on all of the things on the physiological level, right? But I don't think, to me, I don't believe that depression is like, I don't believe in taking medications. I don't, unless it's something like there's clinical stuff that you need for that. Absolutely. But if there's a holistic source or a holistic, what's the right word that I need for that? Solution, remedy. Thank you. Voice from the kitchen. My roommate is a badass little wizard who is a medical intuitive and does a lot of deep timeline work. And can just see and access so many different elements, whether it's like scanning the energy body and the physical body. And he's a wealth of knowledge around health. I don't want to just say like supplements and things like that, right? But he used to like teach doctors and things like functional medicine. Thank you, that wonderful word. Again, the voice from the kitchen. So I do not believe that depression is one, an unsolvable thing, right? I believe that it's 100% solvable. And I believe that you can do it without medications. That's my personal belief. You can take whatever you would like from it. It's going to be a combination of your physiological, right? So checking in with the nutritional levels in your diet and things like that, specifically serotonin, and then your belief structure. And most specifically, your limiting belief structure, what you keep replaying over and over in your mind, and most specifically in your subconscious mind. But I believe that we have the full capacity and power to shift out of that. It's just my belief system. Unless, of course, I just have depression denial. But then either way, I believe that then we can get out of it, right? So be in denial of it all you want. Okay, why do I keep falling in love with non-available men? Because you're not available enough for yourself. So your inner masculine is in conflict with your inner feminine. And you are not, this one would also like to jump out, and you're not committing to yourself the way that you would like, or that you say that you would like men to commit to you. That's the easy answer. Many of you have heard me talk about my mastery masculine and feminine alchemy blueprint. You're so loyal to others that then you're attracting the people who are not as loyal to you, right? And that has to do with a deep belief system as well. That's the easy answer. I feel like I'm just gonna roll through these like super quick. Okay, question. Let me check in with you and see what we're talking about. What would holistic remedies be? For what? Like that would be so like. For what? Break the cycle from your crystal craze? Who wants to do that? No. You never come across Moldavite? Dude, it's so everywhere. Just call it in, and the next place that you'll go, I guarantee you it'll be there. Let's see. Cured anxiety. Yes, cured anxiety and depression holistically. There we go. Perfect example. Thank you for sharing that. Awesome. So that's a direct testimonial of someone who's actually done it. And you probably did a lot of internal, subconscious and emotional mastery work, as well as then supporting on the physiological level, right? Physiological / chemical. So many horrific side effects from medication. Exactly. It's like they'll talk about, hi, higher self, or the higher self. Namaste, brother. Appreciate you. Shout out to you, honey. What was I just saying? Yeah, medications will, they'll solve, they say that they solve one thing and then they cause like another problem. So it's a perpetual health thing, right? It will keep you in that loop. And that's just, that's not my personal lifestyle. Some people fully believe in that and some people fully need that. And I absolutely honor that. That's great. As long as that's working for them, that is not my personal choice. I also, when I was getting crazy amounts of panic attacks, which were coming right off of my near-death experience and Kundalini awakening. So it wasn't just panic attack. It was like energetic, like bombardment and having like clairsentient and audience and like void and all of the above, like all at the same time, that turned into a panic attack in my body. And I would close my eyes and I would visualize literally like the neuron receptors in the mind, like firing, and then it wasn't connecting. And so I would, in my mind, visualize the one firing, and then I would intentionally connect them together, and immediately like it would calm me down. So I shifted my state using granted a visualization. Was I actually doing that in my brain? I'd like to think so. Either way, it fucking worked. So they wanted to put me on medications for panic attacks and anxiety. And I said, absolutely not. And basically, I was getting a clear message that was like, absolutely not. So I had to find other means. Hence, living a conscious lifestyle, finding alternative means on a mindset, emotional mastery level, spiritual level, and holistic health level, right? Non-toxic. Let's see. I mean, at that time, I had very high levels of candida as well, and I cleared that naturally and holistically. Again, wanted to have me put on medications for that, and I got rid of it in 3 months when they said the medication for getting rid of candida would take 6 months, 6 to 9 months. I got rid of it in 3, 100% natural. That's when I actually started diving into researching heavy metals, researching pathogens that we have in everything, right? Because pathogens or aka parasites and candida go hand in hand, technically, as do the heavy metals. We have an increase of heavy metals through food and everything now. Stop eating kale. Well, it's in everything. I can't really say it's just in kale, but kale apparently has this other heavy metal that like isn't in any of the other like leafy greens or whatever, and it's like just as, if not crazy, more intense of a what's the right word, Adam? Neurotoxin. Thank you. How can we change our subconscious mind? Feel free to book a session and we can work on that. How do I keep them full? Yep, that was non-available men. Great, we got that. Yes, and gut health. Exactly, gut health, because that's where the serotonin is found, right? So huge, huge, huge. I don't know. What does 1875 means dreamt that number this morning? I would look up Google it, right? I would get so upset after my awakening. Well, actually, no, even before that, even in my like early teens, I was so into like dream deciphering. I got so obsessed with that. I still am very, very much. Oftentimes I wonder whether I would offer that as sessions to people. Would you guys dig that? Like if I did dream interpretations for you guys and how that relates to your subconscious mind? Put some yeses in the comments or some hearts. if that's something that you guys would have either been interested in or would be interested in, because I've kind of like energetically, it's like, is that something you're giving some hearts? Awesome. Like, is that something you've ever, like, you wake up from and you're like, oh my God, I had this crazy, deep, intense, like maybe even lucid dream, and you're like, what does that mean? Right? Like, not just numbers, right? But then what those numbers and how that would specifically relate to your subconscious and relate to your whole life. Give me some yeses in the comments. I see a lot of hearts. That would be interesting. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Because it's kind of one of those things that, like, I've loved doing, and it relates so much to the subconscious mind. You guys have heard me talk about it a little bit, but I haven't really ever offered them as sessions. It's one of those things that I'm just kind of like good at, but I haven't really, I love helping like shift the subconscious. It tools with shifting the subconscious, right? But combining that with dream interpretation might be kind of cool. You had one this morning. Totally. Like Inception movie vibes. Yes, kind of. I mean, kind of, quite literally, yes. Right? Talk about it more now, please. Okay, so our dream realm, and I'll do this at the same time. I think I've shuffled these enough times. So I'll leave these down. So we have 3 main ones and then those 2 jumpers that came out. What time is it? Okay, cool. So your subconscious mind is, your dream realm is a direct link, like, to your subconscious mind. What happens in your dream realm, one, it's like a doorway and portal to different dimensions. Okay, so we'll go a little galactic on that side. And I think some of you guys have heard me talk about this, maybe if you're new, I would like train myself to go through the different brainwaves as I was falling asleep. And so you hit what I call is the wall. And the wall is that state, like, the reason why I'm saying like going back, because I would put myself like further and further back into my mind and sort of like down, if that makes sense. And then I would hit the wall, and the wall is that line between you technically being awake, but in a very, very deep, it's probably theta, and then crossing over into like asleep, like unconscious, right? Right where that wall is, that is a doorway to different dimensions. That is where you astral project as well. That is where you have technically out-of-body experiences as well. That's where your energy body can then technically leave your physical body. So if any of you have done that, I've done that intensely only a few times. I astral project way easier than I have out-of-body experiences. But I've had them and they're really, really gnarly. So not only is that a doorway to different dimensions, but then we'll call it the story that is played in your dreams. You know how sometimes it can be like really weird. Sometimes it's very real. Those are lucid dreams. I have those all the time. And then you can have dreams that are kind of, you're like, what the fuck happened? And why is there like a bird carrying like an onion? And like, I don't know, I'm making up stuff, right? Like weird things that seem like it's like out of a like Salvador Dali painting or something, right? Like just weird stuff, and you don't know why it's happening. Those are stories relating to the experiences, I should specifically say the unresolved experiences from your waking life. So unresolved thoughts, unresolved emotions specifically, unresolved experiences, right? So have you ever like maybe met somebody and then you seen somebody out and then you end up dreaming about them that night and you guys have like a whole conversation in your dream time, right? Those are your 2 astral bodies having that conversation, right? I have done that many, many times, specifically with friends who are on that sort of energetic level or awareness, I should say, right? And I'll wake up and I'll be like, I totally had this dream and we were having this whole conversation. And sometimes they're like, yeah, I was totally there. Totally remember that. I have had dreams about usually mine are precog dreams. So they're either dreams Usually it is within client sessions. Like the night before, I'll dream, there'd be three, like let's say if I have 3 clients, there'll be 3 specific sequences or 3 specific dreams that happen. And it all ends up relating to the client and something that they need to hear, or something. It gives me a deeper awareness as to an experience that they've been through, right? So it's all done in a very like it's non-invasive, right? It's just kind of like, oh, okay, I'm hearing more information almost coming from their energy body or taking it from the experience, and then I'm getting that information so that I can relay it and translate it and then offer it back again, right? So a lot of times we don't understand how our subconscious is working, and we don't understand how we can shift and create our life the way that we want to until we have the tools for the subconscious. And the dream realm is sort of a deeper key to accessing information that has a lot to do with you and your subconscious and the highest version of you, right? Like your higher self. Does that kind of, did I dive into that one enough? Are my dreams about the past or future? Both. So I wouldn't say, I've had some things related to past. If you're dreaming about past events, it's unresolved aspects. So you either didn't get the lesson, or there's unresolved emotions there, right? Suppressed emotions there. So that's a key to a big part of what would maybe need to be healed, right? That's one example. There can be, I mean, every person is totally different, and it's totally different based on their dreams as well, right? I do, when I'm foreshadowing, I am getting future-based stuff. I had a dream about somebody, this was a couple of months ago, super clear. There's ways to tell in the dream whether it's actually that person or the vibrational essence of that person, because that can be 2 totally different reasons why you're dreaming of that. And sometimes we get confused. You might be dreaming about an ex, but it may not necessarily be them. There's ways to tell that. It may not be them. It might be the energetic essence of them. And therefore that would be what they, how do I want to say this? It's whatever part of them is relating to you and your subconscious, right? So there could be, let's say, a characteristic in them that you're needing to know for you, right? So even though it looks like them, if it's not actually them in the dream and it's the energy of them in the dream, then that actually relates to a characteristic of you, even though it's coming from them. So let's say maybe it's something that you admire about them, or something that maybe still frustrates you about them. It's still then something having to do with you, right? If it's related, like if it's not actually them. If it is them, when I had the dream that I knew it was the actual person, was not only did it have that specific element of that, but in the dream they actually said their name even. So I'm like, okay, pretty sure this is that. And it had to do with them actually coming back to Los Angeles. They were traveling. It was like coming back to LA, and I hadn't spoken to them in years. And I sent a message, and I was like, hey, haven't talked to you in a while. I totally had a dream about you. Odd, awkward, potentially. They were like, what was the dream about? And I'm like, oh, something about like you coming to LA. They're like, that's really crazy because I'm literally packing my shit right now to move back to LA. Go figure. So sometimes things happen like that. My mama gets dreams a lot too. So it's kind of maybe something that like runs in the family. Okay. I missed your comment, baby. Will you put it again? Because yes, I did. I'm now looking at all of these things about dreams. Let's see. Are dreams the only way to access the Akashic records? Colin, are you still on? Do you want to answer that? So I don't access the Akashic records, but Colin, who I have worked with, is someone who does. So Colin, if you want to give a shout out, you would definitely know, babe. Meg, if you're on here, actually, Meg's another client who does some Akashic records work as well. I like to, I can say that I have tapped into the Akashic records for myself. I can say when I work with clients, is there an essence of tapping into that? Probably, but that's not what I specifically target, right? Mine is more around like the subconscious and repatterning and recoding like your subconscious so you can be the conscious creator of your reality and all of your relationships. So I just want to give a shout out to the clients that I know that I have that do that, right? And they could lend a little bit more specific light on that. Let's see. Okay, so you guys would totally dig, like if you had some dreams or whatever, and if I opened that up as session, I mean, that's cool. Like I've kind of been like feeling into that. So if you guys are like a yes, I'll open up some spots specifically for that. But when I fall, I don't die and I'm not in pain. Is that your, Juliana? I'm falling on the edge of this cliff after hiking. Falling in your dream is not necessary. Like you're not, that's not what you, because it's that weird feeling of it, right? And then you wake up and maybe even you fall and then you kind of like hit back into your body, right? That's technically you out of your body, like you astral projected out of your body in dream state, right? Like, have you guys ever had that where then you like, you either feel like you're falling or you do that like jolt where you're totally calm and your body jolts, right? It's not restless leg syndrome. It's like your energy body just shot out. You went traveling around doing whatever it was you were doing. You might remember, you might not remember. And then like the sort of impact of coming back, your energy body coming back into your physical body. So you technically, that was the marker. Technically you're falling back. I just hit my chest. I'm like falling back and I pushed on my chest and I forgot that I had the Merkaba in my bra. And so the little Moldavite Merkaba poked that boob. It gave me a little extra love. Okay, so technically that is your energy body coming back into your physical body, right? And when that happens, it's, and I don't, so this is this, so sometimes you may not, usually when that happens, there's a higher chance that you won't remember what you dreamt. Just going to say it that way. Sometimes you can, but sometimes you don't always. And that could be because maybe you went out to retrieve information that your conscious mind isn't meant to know right now, but your subconscious mind is meant to know, or it's in your energy field, or trusting that your higher self's mind is processing that and that it's going to sort of like give it to your conscious mind when it's needed best for you, right? We can do that a lot of times, especially as multidimensional beings. You'll go out and you'll get information and you like feel like you've experienced this whole long drawn out thing in a dream. And you're just like, wow, why do I feel exhausted? But I remember nothing. You went and you got information. That happens to you all the time and you never knew why. Great. So then I'm sharing this for you and anyone else that this relates to. You're going out and getting information, right? And that could be specific to you, right? That's going to be uniquely to you. So I can't say what that information would be, right? Does that make sense? And yet that could be related to your purpose. That could be related to lessons that you need to learn. That could be related to you stepping into a next version of yourself, right? But maybe you're not quite ready for it yet. Maybe you still need to remove some blocks or programs that have still been in the way, but it's like getting you ready for that next version, right? And so you'll go and you'll collect this information that you need, and it's almost like it's sitting in your energy field, but it hasn't quite gotten to your conscious mind yet, right? So it's sitting in, it's like in the back seat of the car, and you haven't brought it to the front seat just yet, right? And it's not time. So it's kind of like, or maybe it's in the trunk of the car, right? Can't see it. You kind of know that it's there. You don't remember what you put in the trunk of the car. You don't remember you went astral traveling and you went shopping and you got some downloads and some information. You put it in the trunk of the car and you don't remember what's there, right? So it's kind of like, don't open the present on Christmas until Christmas. So it's in the trunk. And when it's time to move it to the back seat, then it will be brought to the back seat, right? Maybe you need to go through a couple more experiences. Maybe there's still some pieces of information that would help you help bring it to the back seat of the car, right? And then bring it to the front seat of the car, and then ultimately bring it in front of your windshield so you can see it. Was that kind of like a decent analogy for that? How many different analogies can we give for going astral, collecting information, and like waiting for it to fully be consciously realized, right? So I see you guys. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Rachel. Excellent. Yes. Great. Okay. You can't remember how do you figure out the information you collected? You like trust that your conscious mind is not in control. That is the biggest misconception. This whole thing about like mindset and being in control of your mind is one tiny. And your conscious mind is not in control. That's not the part that's in control. That's not like, that's not the part that's in control. Your subconscious mind is in control. Even beyond that is your higher self, right? Or your spirit, or your, right, multidimensional self, whatever you want to personally call it. Your guides, if you will, whatever you guys call it. That's what's really like, so it's getting into trusting that there's a part of you, there's an essence of you that right now might not feel fully connected, right? So that's the other aspect, is we have to get more connected with our higher self, more connected with our bringing our subconscious patterns, bringing them into the conscious. So then you can actually like understand what's really happening and shift from there. But right now your subconscious is running the show. It's not your conscious mind. And so to answer your question, it's also trusting that there's a higher aspect of you that is filtering it at the pace that is best for you, right? And that's also relative to the work that you're doing. So if you're kind of like, okay, I went out and I got this information and I know I have this amazing present that's in my trunk, and I'm going to kind of just like slack on driving my car. I'm going to, maybe what I mean by that is maybe I'm going to slack on doing some deeper awareness or deeper self-love work, or, you know, really getting those tools to process your subconscious patterns, right? Really working with a mentor to discover what that is, to gain more insight and higher awareness as to you and who you are. If you were to, let's say, slack on that, your present's going to stay in the trunk. It's kind of like, do you give a kid, I'm not saying that you're a kid, but do you give a baby a bike? Why not? Can you buy a bike for a baby? For what age do kids start riding bikes? We got moms in here? Is it like 4? Yeah, 4, right? 3 is maybe like a scooter, maybe, right? I'm like, my niece is like 2.5. She could kind of jam on a scooter. She's not going on a bike yet. Could we buy a bike for her for maybe next year when she turns 4 and put some training wheels on it? Totally. But why wouldn't you put a baby on a bike? Pretty self-explanatory, right? Let me, you're welcome, Claire. Thanks, Plenty Found. Let's see, 4, 5. Juliana, I keep missing your thing. 4, 5, and what? Okay, I'm at the bottom of the comments. So Juliana, put your comment again, please, babe. I'm sorry, and I will look at it like right now. That was awesome. It delivered a pace that's best for you. Yes, exactly. Like, and trusting that like your higher version of you. I'm sorry, babe. There's so many comments. I try to keep up with you guys so much, and I love how much you're streaming in. Yes, so it's keeping up with what's best for you and just trusting that, but also like getting in the game and doing that work and right, like if the baby was just to sit on the couch, let's say, here's a very interesting analogy, and not learn how to walk, would it be ready for a bike by the time, if it, let's say it stayed on the couch, never learned how to walk for 4 years, would it be ready for a bike? No. So it's not just the age of when the baby's ready for the bike, but it's also, well, how much have you been practicing and getting yourself ready for the bike? How much have you been learning to crawl and then learn to walk and then learn to run? And like, now you're ready for the bike, right? So it's a relationship between like how you're showing up to spirit and your higher self that is also like gonna, like spirit and universe and higher self is then gonna match and like meet you halfway. Like that relationship is an equal dynamic. It's only gonna meet you where you show up. Just like any romantic relationship, right? Like meet each other halfway. You're not gonna like overgive. You're not gonna, right? You can't make somebody be ready for love that they're not ready for, be ready for a relationship that they're not ready for. You got to just trust, like, okay, they're just not ready for that, not ready to ride that bike. It's more kind of like climbing Mount Everest, you know? But like if they don't got the backpack and the shoes and like they haven't been training and like their fitness like isn't good and their cardio is not awesome, they haven't been training to climb Mount Everest, you're not going to take them Mount Everest. It's just going to die with love. I shouldn't say that. You're just not trained, right? So it's an equal partnership. Spirit's going to meet you where you're at. It's going to tell you, you got some dope ass presents in the trunk of the car. You don't know what they are. They got cool wrapping paper. There's like some fun shit in there. You don't get to see it until you learn how to walk. Until then you can learn how to run, right? Yes. Okay, cool. Yes, of course, I've heard of quantum healing hypnosis technique. That's like a made up term for doing multiple things, right? And that specific thing is doing multiple things, right? I have, so I do hypnosis and I have done quantum healing. I don't do that specific technique. It's kind of like it's just a thing. So like, let me say it this way. I don't do it. I used to do it on people. That used to be a service that I would offer, and I don't do that particular aspect. I do hypnosis now, absolutely. Because hypnosis is a really great way to access the subconscious mind. So that's more fun for me. I know a lot of people who do quantum healing though, right? Okay, let me see. Juliana, did you want to read it again? Where are we? Okay, and we got 10 minutes. Oh, you're getting on a plane. Oh my God, babe, I'm so sorry. I'll go back and look at the comments. Why don't I do that anymore? Because it's, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not it's like, so I tried learning all of these different things and there were things that I just knew how to do, right? So when I had my awakening, I knew my hands turned on. So I just knew Reiki. I knew energy healing. I knew how to see the coded grids that you could then lay into people's energy body, right? And kind of give those gifts in the trunk of the car. And that, and I did that for a little bit and that was super fun. And then I feel like I kind of found what was my favorite sort of modality, right? So that was wonderful for the time that I was doing it. And yes, I'm getting to the cards. And thank you all. And like my favorite thing to do is utilize that sort of intuitive or being able to see, instead of people's energetic codes of their energy body, I like to tap into the energy codes of their subconscious and relate that to like the highest version of them and see like where the blocks are for them and get them through those blocks, right? Like that's just exciting and fun. It's more exciting and fun than doing the quantum healing. And that's just what ended up resonating more powerfully for me, right? I loved doing it. And I really, really, really love doing what I love doing now. it's a different kind of thing. I'm utilizing similar aspects, right? Because it's a very interesting thing. I open up a field and then see the person's subconscious patterns. Like I end up seeing it very clearly. And then where are those blocks are and where we need to go to find where the core and the root is. So that just became what was really fun and exciting for me to discover and figure out, and then learn more tools on how to then shift the subconscious patterning from there, right? So that you guys can then be that highest version of you, and be that, what I call, consciously creating your reality. So that was my favorite. That's what turned into my favorite modality, right? That, and now possibly some dream interpretations. Okay, so the cards. What you want wants you. This one, whenever I see this, I always think Nefertiti Queen. That's not what I think, but I seem like a Nefertiti Queen. Interesting. Thank you. Okay, so what you want wants you. I always think of what you are seeking is also seeking you, right? So what you're aligning vibrationally with is then going to find you, right? So what I get for this one is exactly what I was talking about with, you're going to get the gifts in the trunk of your car, but if you're not actually seeking the gifts that are in the trunk of the car, or how to access then the gifts, or how to get yourself ready to then receive the gifts from the trunk of the car, right? Then it's not going to be wanting you or seeking you, right? So what you want is also wanting you. So if on some level you asked for a more or a higher awareness or a gift of higher consciousness, right? You will always receive that. Your higher version of you, higher self, spirit guide, doesn't matter. Like it absolutely wants that for you. It's you, by the way, right? And like it's that next highest vibration of you. So it wants you to access that. But if you're not a seeker of that, then it's not going to give you it's not going to put anything in the trunk, because it's like, okay, they're not seeking that. It's almost like the free will concept, right? Like you have to ask for it. You have to have a want for it. You have to have a desire and a passion to be learning these things and like breaking those cycles and shifting the subconscious patterns so that then you can be the creator of your reality. You have to want that so that then you can receive the gifts of that, right? Cool. Softly, softly, the tender touch. Right? What's roomy? I don't know. Seeking you will find. So, great one. So, softly, softly, the tender touch. Remembering a little bit more compassion. Compassion, being gentle with yourself in the process. It's not a race to enlightenment. It's not like it's, what's that term? Like it's not the destination, it's the journey. As much as that statement irritates the fuck out of everybody who's trying to actually reach the destination, right? Because they're like, no, I just want to get there. Like, what the fuck, right? And like, it's about remembering the whole process and taking that as it comes and being super like smooth within that process, right? And being like compassionate for yourself and gentle with yourself. Like everybody, like I think everybody's kind of getting it now, but it was like maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, everybody like maybe had this kind of concept. I might be generalizing, right? That like spirituality was like this like soft, gentle process. It's a roller coaster, dude. Like it's the most badass roller coaster you're ever gonna be on, but it's not like you have to remember to be gentle. You have to remember to be soft with yourself, right? Because the process in and of itself, come on, Kundalini awakening, that's 2 snakes waking up, traveling up your spine, right? Not always a gentle process. Mine wasn't. Fucking painful at times. Exactly, right? And it works, and it's so worth it. It is so worth it. It is worth all of the gifts that are in the trunk of the car. It is. I promise you, I know. And I've been through the fucking pain and still leveling up, right? Still going through those levels of like pain to then reaching to the next level, right? So we have to remember to be soft with ourselves. We have to remember to check in with our body and say, okay, I love you. I'm taking care of you as much as you're taking care of me, right? And being like, chill with the process, right? Don't try to ride a bike before you can crawl. Have patience with yourself at the same time, right? And I love that she's crying too, because it's kind of like just like, don't be so hard on yourself. Gotta lighten it up. We gotta laugh at ourselves. We're all funny, fucked up little humans anyway, right? Just unlearning a bunch of stuff that we've been programmed with so that we can learn the legit stuff that's gonna get us where we really wanna go, right? Be a little gentle on yourself. That one, I'll definitely resonate with that one this week. I was not wanting, I was getting really like, because there's just different things of not feeling comfortable in the body, right? And I had to really just like, I had a little bit of like a breakdown, totally had a breakdown. And I was just like, I don't understand, and not feeling good, or if the anxiety and purging out these heavy metals, or wanting to release certain things that are like energetically like in different areas of the body with working out and it creating pain. And that can be fucking frustrating at times, right? Pain is frustrating, and trying to get out of pain. And it's like, it's just, it gets really fucking difficult sometimes. So you got to just be a lot more gentle on yourself, right? That one, I'll take that one for sure. And what do we know? I love this card. I love this card. Okay. Hang on, give me a second. Oh my God. I love my body. I love my body. I love my body. I love my body. Okay. Thank you. I love you guys so much. And that's why we come on here and we're just sacred little fools, and we have to laugh and we have to be goofballs sometimes, right? Half of the I feel like Soul Circle to me is like, I get to let my like inner goofball come out, this sort of sacred fool that's a little bit of like the jester archetype, right? Where it's fun and it's playful and it's reminding us to like lighten up and keep the energy high and flowing, right? Even when we fucking feel like shit, like shifting that state of being. The sacred, I was about to say sacred rebel, the sacred fool. The cool part about the sacred fool is it is a state changer. It's an emotion changer, right? It's like, yes, be real. Like, don't suppress the emotions by any means. And yet, like, honor those emotions and then shift your state, your emotions, not your mindset. You shift your emotions, and that will like shift your physiology, right? When you're laughing, you're like moving the body and shaking the energy out. So the sacred fool is the jester. It's the playful one. It's the goofball. Like, find your inner goofball, like follow the fun. That's where you know you're always in alignment with your soul, your highest joy, your highest purpose, is if you're following the fun. Follow the fun. If it doesn't feel like fucking fun, 1, don't do it. 2, are you in a mood? Like, are you tooting? If you're tooting, not tooting, are you tooting? Do you have an attitude? Shift your attitude, right? You know how the jester is like the goofball that comes like dancing around, right? And if you're like in such a bitchy, like bratty mood, you're like, that's a fucking annoying. That's annoying. Fucking jester is annoying, right? And yet, if you can get out of the tude, then maybe you could laugh a little bit and not take things so seriously, right? So we're here to remember that, right? Where was my music? It was in the beginning. It was Gary something Junior Lights. Okay, so the two Bonus cards. Oh my God, it's almost done. Okay, vision of life beyond death. We've gotten this one before, right? So all of this is potential, and then you get the vision of life beyond death. So also releasing out of you the things. Yes, please. Appreciate you. My roommate's like, would you like for me to heat you up some food? Yes, please. And I should probably take some magnesium. I'm burning a lot channeling tonight. Okay. And follow your own rhythm. Okay. So vision of life beyond death, right? So let the shit go. Like, get a little playful, let it go, see the vision beyond what you're releasing, the death of what you're releasing, the past, the old programs, the old belief systems, like, let it fucking go. We're done with it. Thank you. That's so 2018. And follow your own rhythm, which also means find your rhythm. If you don't know what your rhythm is, how are you going to follow it? So follow your own rhythm, which also means like be your own, like find your jam. What's going to be your music for this week? What's going to be on your playlist this week? Your unique playlist. Like, find what like gets your body in a rhythm. That's why I love starting these with music. I don't care if YouTube puts a claim on my video every single time. Not only is that an energetic and emotional state shift, but it's like it puts you in a rhythm, right? I like music that you can actually feel a rhythm to. It makes your body want to move the energy so that it's not stagnant, so that it's moving shit out, right? Find your own rhythm, or excuse me, follow your own rhythm. In order to do that, find your own rhythm. I love you guys. Gold, yes. Juliana, I'll go back and I'll look at your comments. So what I will do is, I love all of you for jumping on for Soul Circle. Tune in for Sunday, Self-Love Sunday. And what I will do is I will open up some very specific sessions. I'll open up probably for an hour because I really want to like dive in. If you guys want, like if you've been having some subconscious or wanting some deeper awareness around your subconscious through your dreams and how that uniquely relates to your life, I'll open up some session spots specifically for that so you guys can book those. Okay. I love you all so much. Thank you for always tuning on and being a part of Soul Circle. You are this tribe. You make this tribe, and this world doesn't shift without you. So I love and just acknowledge you guys for all showing up and doing the work and just being that curious, adventurous versions of you and playing at that highest level of the game. I love all of you. Thank you. You're welcome. Mwah. Have a good night, loves. Bye. Bye, YouTube.